You know, from the weather app on your phone to that recommended for you list that pops up when you're shopping, data science is quietly, constantly predicting your world. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on two really powerful techniques that make all of that happen.
I mean, just think about that for a second. On one hand, you've got this huge, chaotic system like the Earth's atmosphere, and on the other, you have the very personal, individual choices of a single shopper. How could you possibly predict both? It sounds a little bit like magic, but I promise you it's not.
The secret ingredient here is data. And today, we're going to unpack two absolutely brilliant ways it's used: time series forecasting and recommendation systems. You see them everywhere, and we're going to find out exactly how they work.
Okay, first up, let's talk about something we all check pretty much every day: the weather forecast. It is the perfect example of how data science looks at the past to tell us what's coming in the future.
So what even is time series forecasting? Well, at its core, it's basically a method that uses a sequence of data points that have been collected over time, think daily temperature readings, to forecast what's probably going to happen next. It's all built on the idea that future trends will likely follow historical ones.
And this slide really breaks down what is a massive operation. I mean, we are talking about a constant, non-stop stream of data: temperature, humidity, wind speed, that's being beamed down from thousands of satellites and sensors all over the globe. Then these incredibly powerful algorithms sift through this ocean of information, and they're hunting for patterns, like the reliable cycle of monsoon seasons or maybe a subtle warming trend over many decades. This isn't just a guess, it is a highly calculated prediction.
Right, and this is so much more than just figuring out if you need an umbrella. Getting this forecast right is absolutely critical for farmers who are planning their harvests, for emergency services getting ready for a hurricane, and for pilots who need to navigate safely through the skies. The stakes are actually incredibly high. So, when you boil it all down, it comes back to this really powerful little formula. You take past data, you add some pattern recognition, and that equals a future prediction. That's the heart of forecasting. Okay, so now let's switch gears from predicting the future to influencing the present. All right, let's move from the weather outside to the digital world of shopping. Have you ever been on a website and just thought, how does it seem to know exactly what I want? Well, that is the magic of recommendation systems. Now, unlike forecasting, which tries to predict a future value, these systems are all about suggesting the most relevant item to a specific person, right now, based on everything it knows about you. So here's how it works. First, the system is basically a digital detective. It tracks your digital footprints: what you click on, what you buy, what you like. Then it starts to play matchmaker. It might find other people with tastes just like yours and see what they bought. Or it might find products with features that are really similar to things you've loved before. And the result? A specially curated list of suggestions made just for you. And there are a few different ways they do this. You've got collaborative filtering, which is kind of like getting a recommendation from a friend who has great taste. Then there's content-based filtering, which is more like saying, hey, I love this action movie, show me more stuff from the same director. And, as you can probably guess, hybrid methods just cleverly mix the two together. This is the perfect example, right? It's the reason why the second you buy a new phone, you suddenly start seeing ads for screen protectors and wireless headphones. The system connected the dots for you. It's almost like having a personal shopper who knows your style and figures out what you need even before you do.
And just like with forecasting, the core idea is beautifully simple. Your data feeds directly into a personalized suggestion. It's that direct.
Okay, so we've got predicting the future and we've got suggesting something for the present. They seem pretty different, but they share one very powerful common ingredient. Let's tie it all together.
This table just lays it out so clearly. On one side, you've got time series. Its goal is all about predicting the future. Think weather forecasts. On the other side, you've got recommendation. Its goal is to suggest the best item for you now. Think product suggestions.
And hey, if you want a really simple way to remember this, here's a little memory hack. Just think WP. The W for weather is all about prediction, and the P for products, that's all about recommendation. It's just a neat little trick to keep them straight in your head.
Okay, so we've seen how these two systems work. But what's the big picture here? Why should any of this really matter to you?
Because, these aren't just some abstract theories in a textbook. They are practical, powerful tools that are actively shaping your daily experience. They help you plan your week, they help you discover your next favorite song on Spotify, or find that perfect gift on Amazon. They're designed to make really complex systems, whether it's the weather or a gigantic online store, way simpler and more useful for you.
And ultimately, it all comes down to this powerful flow. You start with raw data, you pull some kind of insight from it, you use that insight to make a prediction or a suggestion, and that empowers a better decision. So the next time your phone tells you it's going to rain, or an online store shows you exactly what you were looking for, you'll know about the incredible data science working behind the scenes. And it kind of makes you wonder, what will data predict for you tomorrow?